unajua kuna mambo mengine yako built up. It's okay to verbalize all those things. You tell that person, hey, currently I might be acting out this way. I'm stressed out in this area of my life. Kila mtu sasa ana go through currently the whole of Kenya needs therapy. We all know. So hi guys, karibuni ufuoni. Mwasikia upepo nyinyi? Baba kuna upepo. Anyway, tumerudi episode ngapi? 1 2 3.
Yep.
Happy New Year. Mmetuona. Tumevuka mwaka.
Happy New Year.
Hi guys. Karibuni ufuoni.
Bana walai. Welcome and Happy New Year, fam. Welcome back yet to another episode ya Ufuoni podcast.
Ufuoni boy.
Ase.
Asa leo mbona tuko wanne? Yeah, someone is missing definitely. Yeah. Wait.
Yeah.
Oh hell no.
Yeah. Anyway, one of our members of Ufuoni podcast is not around. We miss you big time, bro. But I'm gonna send his wishes, his regards. I'm gonna say my Happy New Year to you guys, and cheers to Adam, wherever you are. We're missing you big time. But soon he's going to get back. Just some unavailable stuff. Lakini atarudi atakuwa na sisi soon enough. Anyway, big shout out now. Welcome to episode 3 of Ufuoni podcast. I'll pass it through to Fee so that atukaribisha to today's topic. Alafu we rock and roll. I'll see.
Huyu alikuwa host. But anyway, guys, we digress.
Story for another day.
So yeah, today we want to introduce something very new. As we've seen, change is inevitable. So the only thing we can do is accept changes. And with this new segment, we hope we kind of connect better.
Yep.
So it's about what we've been listening to. So tutakuwa tuna plug Kenya mtu maybe ako into, some of us maybe into weird things. I might find my tribe here. So whatever you've been listening to, you've been watching, could be a movie, could be a series, whatever. Hapo pia down below. Tuambieni na mmekuwa mkisikiza nini of late. And I'll start, yeah? Sasa mimi. Guys, if you are watu wa cardinally tunajua.
I'll see.
Hizo ni gani wana leta maizo mabani.
That's not me. No, sana.
Tamashani is on the chart. Ukule double platinum.
Ah.
Anyway, that's what I've been listening to. Yeah.
Wow, nice.
From you guys, ningetaka kusikia hebu. Dapper.
Me, there's this song. Hata kwa my Spotify rap last year, it was like one of my most listened song and all that. Yajita Let It Breathe ya Ghana and Roddy Rich. Yani imekuwa yani pale yani big time yani. Tamashani pia nimesikiza sana, imekuja vizuri hii mwaka.
Bang.
Alafu it's holiday, hata tumemaliza holiday lakini that was one of my most listened to streamed song, yeah, apparently. Yeah.
Hi, just in case you feel like I'm distracted, I have a very beautiful view in front of you guys. Bahari.
Wallahi.
And I'm a water side, so I'm so excited to be here.
Okay.
I've not been listening to anything new.
It doesn't have to be new.
Well, just normal music, guys. When it comes to music, I don't really invest. Mnisamee. Nasikia vitu zenye nyinyi mnasikia. But there's this music. It's new. Kuna huyu mjamaa wa TikTok anaitwa Diaso. I don't know if you've heard him. Ngoma fulani hata sijui inaitwa nini, guys, but I'm just vibing with it. Yeah.
Shout out to Diaso. Where you are.
Oh yeah, he's so good. I love him.
Alafu hata pia before we finish this segment, this new segment of ours about the songs and all that, Warazi by
Yes,
DLD,
please.
Adam Lins is also out. The video is going to be released soon. The guy behind the lens is Snooty. Oi, I hope it's done. Soon itako out there. We're going to share the video and all that. Subscribe to DLD's YouTube channel. Itako out. Another song kabla tuingie kwa topic, Uncle Pele. I don't know how it's going, but it's a fucking good song.
Kumbe kulikuwa na mtu hapa amefungiwa.
Umebana. I'll
That's
see.
what's up, guys. So
Uh-huh.
tell us what you've been listening to, what you're most excited to about Pia this year. You know, hey, mwaka imeanza tu watu wako hyped, guys. Like
True
this,
shit. Absolutely.
in the air, kama wewe you're not feeling it, guys. Nyota yako imezima.
Watoto post zetu.
But nakwambia iende kawashe. Because for real, zote wengine wanaenda wanachukua za wenzao, bora wewe uko nayo. Una run with it. Una run with it. So yeah. Anyway, today tunaongelea mambo tu. Unaona vile tuko wanawake tuko kwenye jamvi ama sijui letra nini.
Kitandani kwenye bahari.
No.
No. Anyway, we're here to discuss some very, very feminine things. It feels like a feminine year as well. Yeah, whatever that means. So, today we're speaking about things that women go through and men could never relate. Or maybe they do. So we have Dapper here who will give us a man perspective or the men perspective. Alafu sisi tutakuwa tunaongea tu. Tunaambia what, yeah, tunakomprant.
Yeah. I think that's nice. You know, as in things that women do that men can never relate. Sindio?
Go through.
Men can, yeah. I think from a man's perspective, as in there are like loads of stuff. This is an open dialogue with different perspectives and all that. And I think for me here, like I just want to listen through, share my insights, maybe some thought-provoking type of questions to get to understand. I just want to learn maybe different aspects that maybe I do not relate or I relate to, but I definitely want to learn more and know more about different aspects. You know, starting with that, the topic maybe just to set the vibes going and all that. There's this one question has been, it has been not bothering us per se, but it has been through in my mind. When we talk about gender stereotypes, like maybe how do we tend to relate with that aspect, like, you know, breaking barriers between, you know, what women tend to do and how men feel about it, and what men tend to do and women feel about it. Because kuna vitu wanaume pia wajua wanavipitia labda ushaona ama wanavielewa lakini they cannot relate yani.
Nilisikia kitu. Can I give you an example?
Yeah, for sure.
Nilisikia, and I won't mention who because we all like her as an artist. There's an artist mwenye alisema yeye date Charlie mwenye anashinda kigonjeka like akona home kila every now and then, like now. That's an ick.
Mwenye shikwa na homa yani.
Yakuta huyo si mwanaume.
Hakuta
kama ana like akona allergy.
Ama immune system yake iko weak.
Yakuta zi.
Nice. Sio fresh.
Daktari. Hata kwa anashida atakutibu daily bro.
No man.
But yeah, I had that. So yeah, that's actually a stereotype because people have allergies. We are all not like as, especially with health. Health you can't choose. Hakuna mtu ana pick and choose what they get when it comes to their
like
health.
there's this one. After I know it's really out of topic, but let me just say it.
Yeah, for sure.
It's a bit nasty. There's this guy who he faints every time when he comes. So after he comes, he's fainting.
Oh hell no!
I had to take my glasses off. Fuck.
Let's drink up to
Jamaa yozimia.
What? The first time was
Pole bro.
Bro.
But
And it was a panic. And then he didn't tell you.
Surprise!
shit. Scared.
Anyway, that was out of topic.
But yeah, so things like that. And maybe something about women that we go through and we don't think men could ever relate is things like recently kwanza. Do you guys relate to like girl maintenance, how expensive it is?
I don't.
Gets the sheds and backs on. But
So
we do.
expensive to be a
We
woman.
at some point, I think in the maintenance aspect, I think we can relate, you know. As for me, or as for, I don't know if many other guys out there, but I believe personally my chica or my chile or my girlfriend has to definitely look good. It's quite expensive, you know, for them to, you know, look good and all that. And if they don't look good, wanafaa vipi mwanangu yani? Wajua that exactly. Ushaona?
That's smart.
Ng'ara.
So
Ng'ara
ngoja
zote.
kidogo sasa niulize katika hiyo girl maintenance kama it's expensive and all that. Sasa hiyo ni jukumu ya you as girl them to like maintain yourself and look good. Ama you think there's a guy is supposed to be correlated so that you can look good. Ama ni hiyo ni personal you
No,
as
that is you. That is for you. You're doing that for yourself. So by the time I'm even talking about girl maintenance, I've done it. I know what works for me. That is for you. For you to feel good. That's why you'll find even when you go to women, you know, when you go to do like your lashes, men don't even notice you've gotten things. Even when you do your nails, they don't even notice you've gotten these things done. So when you're doing it for yourself, really. It's not even about you. When I go and do like mtu ameenda recently, kwanza thanks to Murugi Munyi. So many of you have gotten to know. Jesus. I want that.
what happened well
to look.
I think
So,
niko nyuma kidogo.
Okay, you speak. You know better. You told me about it, so
We stand a boss babe for sure. So recently she went to do her monthly girl maintenance. And she was doing a bunch of things. So if from nails, waxing, facials, all that. So it's like, you know how you'll want to come a deep cleansing, to come on a deep cleanse nyumba or something, you know. So for a month, it costed around 34K. And people are going out on a rant, wanasema venye, mbona uende ufanye vitu kama hizo, na hata sijui ukai poa, ama sijui ufanye nini. People are talking as...
they want to discuss it mentality.
Kwa hivyo angalia.
She felt good. Yeah, that I'm sure she appreciated herself.
Alitumia 34,000
Buddha.
34 Gs.
Yeah.
The maintenance and
she feels happy at the end of the day. She looks good. Her skin is glowing.
For sure.
She has waxed every day. She feels clean. New hair, new nails.
yeah.
That's why you can't relate as men. Maybe
So,
you can.
I think guys, sijui namcheka vipi but tutafuteni madonzi jamaa. Haya mapeni muhimu.
Yeah, women are expensive. Women are expensive.
Deep cleansing, sijui nini. But anyway, these are things we get to understand, you know, right now if it makes you guys feel good and all that. I believe also for men, I think I can relate to that. I think also for men, we have the perspective of wanting to look good, you know.
Yeah.
As in, it's a two-way thing. Yeah, you invest
there are
in
things you invest in. So for you guys, you maybe invest in things. Most of you will invest in things. Like someone could have maybe a hobby. You cater to that hobby. You'll buy equipment. Someone will buy a 72-inch screen, sound bars, nini. You invest in things. So for women, you invest in yourself. Because at the end of the day, if I am very confident about myself, I can attract those things. I think that's, for women, that's how we work.
Anyway.
So I was very surprised. Most of the people who are bashing this woman were women. Yeah.
There are women who can't
We need to do
move it.
better.
So that'll be taking a surgery.
Tua sis.
Wow.
Tua.
Wow.
So that's one thing I think they don't relate to. Something like you maybe.
I'm just going to say one basic thing. Basic thing. Crumbs.
Yeah.
Crumbs, bro. Crumbs.
Could never.
Who is it related? Period. No further explanations. Feel
Yes. And with that comes the hormones. Aki,
Oh my. Yo.
bro, I think you need to give us grace. You know, a woman can have in a month only one good day.
You could kill.
One good day. Like one good day where you're just okay. Like I'm not thinking, I'm not overthinking, I'm not sad, I'm just good. One.
Wow.
So next time you want to shout at your girl or you want to think she's crazy, maybe give her.
So with the hormones, with the cramps, with the periods, childbirth, depression, and all that. Like so, for as a man, I don't think we tend to relate more on those aspects because we do not go through some others depression and all that, but we don't experience most of the stuff. So like, how do you guys, go about it, like when it's that time? Maybe how would you want your man to relate to that type of stuff? How does it go? How does it go about here? Guys, for the men, we out here learning,
If you have a man, tell us. nataka chocolate, nataka maua, nataka gari, nyumba, shamba, bahari.
Can I give some insight?
Yeah, for sure. Why not?
I think that's a time where you, first of all, you have to be very vocal about how you feel in that moment. It's time for you to kind of vocalize how you want to be treated. If you want him to treat you with more care, like your time unataka, maybe instead of me having to cook, you switch it up. He gets to cater to you. You say just that. Yeah, I think it's a time where you actually need to just talk. Sometimes you're just on a rant, even if it's not about him. I just want to talk.
I feel like you also have to understand that hata sisi sikupenda kwetu, it's not si mimi nataka kufeel penye na feel ni mwili.
Yeah.
Si mimi nataka niko mzuri lakini mwili imekataa. Hormones imekataa. Nataka tu niko shetani, niruhusu. Please allow me, thank you.
Yeah, but you know the post is always better. You know what is coming. Siku nyingine.
Okay.
You relate there, I know. But yeah, those are some of the things.
Anyway, but then no, as in, you know, it's more about learning and getting to know all those aspects and different stuff. When we leave sasa hiyo story the emotional toll and all that, navigating through public spaces, you know, like
I have a good story time for this.
Nice,
guys.
Let's get it through.
Let me tell you, I work with I do a lot of field work. So my work is majorly on the beach and a lot of field work is involved. And sunny days, you can imagine, it's really hot, you get to do, it's tedious, the work is tedious. So, hey.
Excuse me. You can continue.
Yeah, just a minute, sis, we'll have our concession here. So, during these days, you find that if you are truly like going through it, especially as a woman, you're having your cramps, you actually have to, like, you're not comfortable, to be honest. It gets to a point where you feel like, if I actually say what I'm going through, people won't take me with as the seriousness that they'll think like I want to take time off. This thing is not even that serious. I don't want it to come in between my interview.
Well, you're passing in between my interview.
Yeah, so you have to suck it up and do the work. You could be having a terrible day. You are at work. You had a meeting that day, and ni asubuhi imekupata. There's no, you can't call people and be like, "Ati, I'm going through what?" So, it's a biological thing. It's like.
So like, whatever it means that despite whatever is happening, you just have to show up, yani.
Yes, and people who've been, you're in this corporate-ish kind of world, you know.
Yeah.
When you slack, even when you miss like even a conference or a meeting or a what, that's an opportunity like lost in a way. So you wouldn't risk that over something that you could just suck up and ukirudi utalia mwanangu. Utalia, but in real sense you've gone out and you put your best foot forward, even if it wasn't your best, you know, deep down. So yeah, I think that is something that as a woman I would want you to relate, but in real sense you don't. Nikikwambia manze siwezi fanya ABCD juu nasikia hivi, wakuta sinikupe dawa, sinifanye nini, but that as I work.
Well, you know, with the emotional toll labda nini, or sometimes I don't know how it is, lakini unaweza pata labda dema ameingia kama kazini ama muongea na yeye amekasirika.
Anakufumia.
Sasa washangaa like, "Oh, I've not done anything wrong, like what's up? Bani brother." But anyway, I think those are things we...
Yeah, let's tupatiane tu ka grace saa zingine. Because hata with men, I guess there are things that maybe in your world happen and I don't think we can relate as much, but it makes you go a bit like out of character.
Yeah, true.
Uko like, me, I don't usually maybe cry or I don't usually do this, but for some reason this time
you have to.
You go out of character. It's human. It's human. So even with women, tunatapingi into a masculine in those times. Unaelewa, because there's a lot maybe in your system pia ina happen. You even get blood sugar za mwanamke zinashuka during times when you're about to get to a period. So even like biologically, you even need more sugar to boost your energy. Sasa hebu niambie kama the body knows that. Now, guys,
Can I be the sugar? Can I be the sugar?
we share.
Anyway, yeah, as in it's learning, it's a learning aspect and all that.
True.
But also, I don't know if this is within topic, Ama, we are talking about all that. As in this recent world, I think women have been given a bigger spotlight, the bigger limelight. You know, we have like women's rights, we have women fighting, and all that. Like, you know, the boy child at some point, maybe we also feel like we've been kind of left behind, yani, when people are focusing on women, like women empowerment, whatever empowerment and all that. I think it's a good thing, you know, having different levels of gender equality and all that. But do you think also kind of men, you know, should also be given that you know, upper status also, so that they can feel? I know it's like the people say like it's a man's world and all that shit, but
Literally, that's what's in my mind.
but do you think like is it like way okay having all those aspects, you know, focusing on women and all that, with men being kind of left behind? Like, what's your take, yani? I just want to get to hear your take on that part.
I think it's not about rather. It's not even a competition, guys. We can never be like equal as we'd like it to be. It's not
Yeah.
even a competition.
Yeah.
It's more of we are here because, you know, like, I don't know. I feel like back then there were times where women couldn't vote. You know, yeah. So it's not even about a competition. We just want a world where we are seen as equal humans. We are not seen as like, we're not being objectified. So when I say like I want equal, I don't mean necessarily like I could do what you do, but I'm just saying I just want to be able to like be a voice here where I can guide. Like I can be able to give some sort of extra it's not a competition, guys. Neck, head, different.
Yeah, and I think in the recent world, like, we have women doing some outstanding stuff out there. You know,
Absolutely,
and,
absolutely.
I think we can learn big time aspects with different stuff. You know, in the corporate world, leadership, politics. We're seeing vocal women out there. You know, doing things that are quite significant and impactful to the society, to the people. So yeah. Anyway, I get to relate also. Those are things, you know, we also want to understand.
Today we are teaching. Today we are teaching. Today we are learning. And these are things to learn pia sisi wenyewe. Wajua yani, hii dunia kila siku uko na kitu unadhani unajua, but you don't know. You just find out you don't even know. So every single day mimi na learn. Yani kuna vitu vingine tunajaribu kweli tuko equal sisi, but we can't. Kama unaona hata when it comes to, even as we are saying it is gender equality, we know deep down in these spaces there isn't, you as a woman hapo hivyo, your voice is not as hard as with all your credentials. Women have PhD out here na bado utapata anakuwa monopolized kwa room, anafanywa T-girl, anatumwa yeye enda kalete by the big bosses, and this person maybe is like, this is just generational wealth. I'm not
yeah, true.
Yeah, so I'm saying, yani, we just want to be that we can complement. Women know how to even be in charge, I think, better. Men tend to, especially with each other, they kind of have a friction. But women wanajua ku maneuver. Yeah, very schemy. Let them. When you have a woman in your corner, you're always going to win. Look at the men with.
Give us some examples.
Like I was saying, if we have a female president, in many of these countries, the world haingekuwa inasuffer penye inasuffer sasa. So Palestine people would not be fighting if the women were the leaders. I'm sorry to men, but
It'll come for you. You know how they love to tussle.
it's okay. I'm ready.
But generally, we complement each other. So any space where a woman is involved, she tends to like brighten the, even the thinking there, the environment. So give them a space.
And maybe like, how do you think like what role we as men can we play, yani, maybe to make you guys feel like maybe everything is like going good and all that? Like maybe what part can we be involved in to ensure like everything is
Oh wow, that's a
uh,
very
Just don't take us as weak people, as people who can't do things that you can do. We understand that kuna vitu hatuwezi fanya obviously kama wanawake, but not everything. Some things we can do them even better. It's just that you haven't given us the chance to do it because of your masculinity and toxicity. So you feel like because we are women, we are weak. We can't lead. Women can't be leaders because men should be leaders because men are stronger and wiser. But when you come to think of it, a woman is the one who is a better leader, even in the house. It's the woman who makes decisions, and then the man follows, which is something that is not up there. Not everyone knows that, but it's even when you. So just don't see us as the weaklings, not even equals, because we can't be equals, but just
Yeah.
people who are capable of doing stuff. Yeah. We are not weak.
Yeah, I think something else we would love like to to have men on the same board is the fact that we all are having human experiences.
yeah, true.
Hata sisi wanawake we fall short. There's some areas we're not all the same. We're not all brought up by like in the same environment. So kuko na areas we will fall short for sure. We can't like crucify each other because of those two. And all these are like kind of society perpetrates. Oh, a woman should be this way. Especially, let me ask a question. Especially with African women, I feel African women tunafaa to quit. Like people ama watu wame to identify as we're very tough.
But
No.
very tough, Fiona. We go through things that everyone can go through.
Yes, but as we grow up, I don't want to have for you to approach me as a tough woman.
You want to grow as a weak woman,
As a soft one.
soft.
Yeah.
It's equal to weak.
No, not necessarily.
I'm listening through, you know.
Okay, that's yours. This is mine. Because me,
So,
me, I
as
want
in-
to be a strong woman.
So from the
Because
no
this
as in
society
that's
is strong to
that
survive.
that's a good perspective, and you know, as women, like, you know, there's the softer aspect, like, you know, I'm a soft girl. They say soft girl eras, you know, and all that. So as in, what's the difference between like being maybe the aspect you're talking about being soft and how talking about, you know, being tough? As in, what's your perspective and what's her perspective? Like,
True.
Yeah.
Yeah. Come to think of it.
I feel her softness is just coming from a woman being a woman.
Yeah.
Yeah, as a woman, you should be soft and tender and sweet and calm.
yeah.
We are so opposite. Me, I'm tough. Like, no. I could be.
I think for the softness better part of it, it's that I want to show up in the world such that I am more in my femininity. I don't need to have like walls built up such that I can see someone and I am not thinking they're out to do the worst. I can be able to extend grace, I can be able to help, I can be able to yani sijavaa sijizuii ama inaitwaje venye tu yani wanawake we are natural. Sisi we ni ule mtu mwenye mtu anaweza kuja kulilia shida ukamsikiza ukampa chakula rather than ile unanielewa. That's how like I would want to approach the world, but sasa the world we are living in, it's so hard to be that. But mimi yani that is the goal. I'm not there yet, but that is the goal, to be a soft woman, because we have to be tough. Hey, you've lived in tumeshika sarani, bro. You've got to be tough, but that's not the kind of woman I want to be. Yeah.
Also, the softness, maybe it comes into some parts in life. Kuna matu kwa maisha itabimekwa soft, wengine
To get some things, absolutely. There's some doors when you waambiwa unaweza gonga that was your door, but because you approach it with so much.
Anyway, anything else that women go through that men can do that? Or we can do this. A man can tell us what to go through and we can't relate.
Yeah, you can give us something, by the way.
Yeah, we can do that. We can tell us.
Before I get to talk about maybe what men do that women can relate, I think the emotional toll, you know, like people think maybe if men are strong out there, you know, maybe they can't, there's no time, you know, they can be like emotionally down or mentally down. People are like, oh, he's a man, he's strong, he got this and all that.
Because of the masculinity and people.
I think it's a two-way thing, yeah. There's those aspects where like, you know, men out there feel like, oh, I'm man enough, you know, I can't go out there and break down because how are these people going to take me through? So kuna ile kuogopa ile kwa je nikifanya hivi na hivi. But I think also apart from, you know, fearing all that, these are things men feel like they can, you know, we always think like we're strong enough, you know. So when you're out there, you have to be out there like, yo, hey, I'm Dapper and all that, you know. Despite going through different stuff, but, you know, you want to be strong. Maybe because of responsibilities or maybe because you feel like people are going to take it in a different perspective and all that. But I think currently people are trying to show what, if you feel down, as for me, if I'm down, I'll let you know like, yo, hey, this is how I'm feeling. So I think communicating and showing the emotional aspect is way important to get help, to, you know, to be able to be guided through and all that. So I think it's those are some of the aspects that maybe we think that we can handle, but
yeah, it gets to a point where it's sure. And currently, especially if you are, you know, it's safe, it's in a safe space, you know, what we call a safe space nowadays. Yeah, I feel it's okay to verbalize whatever you feel. And even if sometimes you don't even know what you feel, you know, just zingine unaweza kuwa tu, by the way, maybe uko na hasira but imekuwa built up na some guilt as well, or I don't know, unajua kuna mambo mengine yako built up. It's okay to verbalize all those things. You tell that person, hey, currently I might be acting out this way, I'm stressed out in this area of my life. Kila mtu sasa ana go through currently the whole of Kenya needs therapy. We all know. So ukipata mtu kule, I have something I think men, I don't think men go through it, and if you do, mtatambia on mademo wapi. Catcalling.
Catcalling.
Ambiwa size yangu nini?
Angalia cheki vile unaangalia.
Sema catcalling ni nini? Si huku watu kusema kijana anaweza kupita kusalimie, alafu hakwambii kama mambo Fiona, kama mambo Fiona.
Hata hawa.
Jibu ana complain na ameongea nikaongea.
Kwa hivyo ngoja kidogo, ile catcalling ile oi, it doesn't feel right yani.
No, in a boy, it's disgusting. Don't stop.
Ew.
Personally, I don't. Anyway, I'm not centering myself in this conversation. Oh, so it's something you guys totally...
Like the other day, kids were calling me like that. I was like, and that's so much. Fanya homework.
Where? Allah.
It's insulting because like
point.
me, I'm going about my day. And then someone tries to actually like stop you. You could be having the worst day of all. I'm not, you're going for breakfast. You're looking the way I don't want this interaction completely. Kwanza when you're in town, mtu anaweza kushika kabisa. Ati size yangu hiyo nataka kwenda.
Ngoja, like literally mtu yuko kushika size yangu
yeah, like anakugrab, like they'll grab like your hand or you know.
Jamaa.
Bro, nishona dem ameshika.
Nice. She said something nice about the boundaries aspect yani.
Tusishikane. This is even very common. Hata watu wakikuwa ile wataka kupanda naniyo matatu ama nganya. Bro, huyo unaniweza mishandle uko like bro, mbona unanishika na mimi najua kwenye naenda. Wallahi tunakosana.
Lakini wale makanga nadhani ile wanafanya kila mtu ile kwa oh vipi baba twende.
Mtu ongea nitakusikia. Naja nikuje kasi siende.
Bro, it's never happened. That's why you can't relate. Mtu anaweza kukushika in a way uko like bro, mimi sinajua nilikuwa naja kupanda gari hii. Mbona wao wanishikia nini?
Boundaries wanakasirika. Wewe unaringa sasa.
It really gets you riled up because mbona naona like asijaona ukishika ati mwanaume atipanda bro sijui nini. Sasa anakuja anapanda gari ana. It's never that, but with me there has to be physical touch. Why? Niache manze. So yeah, I think
Yeah.
that's something that it
To be
really
can't, yeah.
ticks off the hinges. Where
Well, in that aspect, yeah, at some point, it was relate. People maybe take it as if it's a norm, you know, like and all that. Anyway, we live and learn and all that. What other aspect wewe wajua ukifanyiwa wachukulie ile kwa this is something a man cannot relate at all.
Kitu inaitwa free will. When you say hi to
Free
me and I
will.
don't want to say hi back, leave me the F alone. There was a time nilitukana vibaya sana by the way. Juu nilikata kujibu salamu juu sitaki kujibu salamu. Utaniposta sitaki. It's free will. This is a free world. I do whatever I want. This guy abused me. So you know, I'm a woman, he's a man. I can't fight him. I just stood and stared at him like he's mad. Cause wewe unanitukana. Sijakukosea. Sitaki kujibu salamu niache. I can do whatever I want. Just let women be sometimes. Please.
I think that true. I think another thing is I'd go to a place, like sometimes when you are doing some projects, wazaenda kwa hardware, wewe unajua kenye imekupeleka hapo. And then obviously you'll find a man there. Now this man is explaining to you what you are trying to get. Yeye ndo anakuelezea wewe. Sasa kama ulikuwa unataka kamba hii, yani yeye ndo anakuelezea. Na mimi ndo najua kenye naenda kufanyia. Mansplaining. Hey.
Lakini naona labda yafanya tu kazi yake, yani at least customer client not privileged kwa sababu si atoni shit.
Nakuelewa but yani as a woman sometimes I feel like if this was a man, would he like be talked to in this way? Ni kama sielewi kenye nimekuja unanielewa naelewa saa zingine ni kazini, you want your customer to get the best customer service, there's that, but there's the fact that yani ni kama unanielezea ni kama sijui nimekuja kuchukua hii company ya kazi gani ama yani like what could ama kama nimekuja kuchukua paint, sijui the kind of paint I was
mimi naona as in at some point hii discussion yote yani we as men can find different ways to become better allies or allies and all that.
Absolutely.
As in to navigate the same njia and all that so that we can achieve even bigger stuff. Let me share something insightful. I also work with local communities along the coastal region. So there was a point with one community along the South Coast region. Walikuwa nasema being a leader is like being a woman. Not in a bad way, yani. Like being a leader is like being a woman. The literal example, also explaining it, they were like, you know, a woman can be able to multitask. You know, you can be at home, she can be at home, she can cook, she can take care of the kids, she can do some dishwashing, she can go over there and do stuff, she can talk while doing all this. So there's that aspect of multitasking in a way. I think it's a good example because that means women have the ability to do most stuff, but in the right direction. Chakula kitaiva, kama pilau itaiva, kama ni mtoto atanyonyeshwa. So I think there's some things also we as men can embrace, you know, in the aspect of multitasking aspect and going through the right direction. So I think it's more about being better allies, learning through the stuff, but also you as women also should understand the different perspectives of men and all that yani. But at the end of the day watu wafanye kazi pamoja tu, watu wasonge mbele yani.
Kabisa. We were just here to offer some of the things that we hope as men you will one day or try and relate to. See necessarily see zitakuja automatic, but with time just try and find a middle ground. Let's all remember that you're all having a human experience. Whether rudi back to this world ukwe mwanamke shauri yako.
Hata si ego. Kutokuelewa tu yani. Unajua kuna sisi zingine kuna vitu uelewi. Utachukulia.
I know men are not stupid people. You're one of the smartest creatures that exist.
Absolutely.
You do things because you just, I don't know man. I don't want to like kuekelea mambo. Si wajui wanaume mimi.
Ushaona sasa ndio kuna hizo aspects lao.
Most of the time ni ego tu. Eka ego kidogo kando. Then tap into your femininity. Balance the equation.
Balance. Hey, Savara, shout out Savara. Go and listen to Savara.
Yeah.
And before we close it off, Warriors is going to be out by DLD, so make sure. Yani, ikitoka hivi ni movie. 6th February. Feb. Hii wiki hiyo. Yes, sir. Yeah, so it's been fun. It's been real, guys. Leo mood ndo hizo. Mnaona vile wanawake wamejump. Anyway. At the jam, sisi we are just cutie patooties, naji express. We're very expressive people. Mwanamke anaweza ongea hata hajakasirika, anaongea tu akueleze. It's not that serious. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, share. Please share, guys. Share and hit the notification bell for more videos. Also follow us on our socials, Instagram.
Yep.
Stay Chini.
Kabisa. Mtuambie by the as women, before we forget, to interact, mtuambie some of the things you think men can't relate to, and then we can read them maybe next.
Also men. Let's
also
be
men.
equal.
Yeah, mtuambie what you think you guys go through. Na si to relate. Tuambieni hapo chini.
Tuambia your emotions. Kuna mengine hatujui, guys. Kuna assume by
Bonga, jibonge.
Yes, speak.
But anyway, yeah, big shout out to everyone out there, to our followers, to our fans, to those who wish us the best and all that. We absolutely love you guys. Keep supporting us. As soon as possible, we're going to introduce like new segments and all that.
Yes. Tell us if you liked this segment, by the way.
Absolutely.
If you didn't, tunaweza itoa basi. But sorry. Imeleta na maji. Literally. But yeah, tell us what you think. Otherwise, DLD sends so much love.
Exactly.
He is still part of us. So simsidhani ati ameenda. Ile tu amepotea. So unajua tena msanii superstar lazima kidogo.
He's with us in spirit.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Kabisa. By the backdrop wajua kwa ni ufuoni. Yaani tukiangalia hivi yani backdrop yetu ni bahari.
Our snooty will
Atawekea
show
tu
you.
kwa mwisho.
Ataonyesha kidogo tu tukimaliza episode hii. Kwa Irini, we love you so much.
Sure thing. Bye.
Sure.